put paper on the side because the marker itself or the paint with this one. I usually use the switch, but I'm going to go ahead and just use this. I had it where it was like floating around. I had a fan behind the paper and it was floating around. And, you know, I didn't really like, kind of like moving around. And a lot of times you get a wet marker and it starts squirting on the side. And that's what a lot of this was doing here. Like the machine kind of like started moving, it would start hitting the side of it. These little pieces here are like, they were actually the side. Somehow I had rid of that. You can see how it's starting to squirt on the side a little bit. And I thought that was kind of interesting. But after a while, too, kind of ruined a little bit of my furniture without going to the side. But a lot of these, I kind of like, I don't know, I did a little bit of this. I changed these around. I started off with markers and pencils would just burn out. So the markers, some of them kind of dried out. And then I made like different wires, a couple of different wires. You can adjust it. Just an easel like that. I haven't really had a chance to use it like that. A friend of mine gave it to me. Whoa. That's another reason.
So when you were making these drawings, you would kind of periodically switch to different colors?
Yeah, I started going with markers, and then I like the markers and then I got some crayons, and I switched different colors, and then I put watercolor in there. So, and actually I would use the switch to control it, but it's about the same thing. I really wanted to, when it starts moving, sometimes it will hit the side. That's where you get a lot of the deal there. And then I flip it over once in a while or lay it down. And then if you got really close with it and the marker was new, it made a couple of holes in them. Some of them I kind of taped up.
Bill, Matt was asking, how long did those drawings take?
Well, what I did is I did a few of these things here.
Uh-huh.
Then I picked up the machine and I did the rest, you know, because I just wanted to fill up the page to make it, you know, look good. And basically it does the same thing as if you were to stand there and just, you know, set it up here and set it up there. You know, and basically one of these took me like probably about 15-20 minutes or so, because I didn't really have the backing either. I was just taping the paper in the back, you know.
And so you were making 5 drawings simultaneously?
Yeah, basically that's what it was doing, but again, you know, you covered up half of it, so I'd have to flip the paper around, you know, and it would bang it on the side, so, you know, and a lot of the markers would dry up. That's why I went to paint. I got a little bit of watercolor here I'll put on there. And it's like I said, I wanted to go with that dimmer switch, I could control it. And if I could have controlled it, I could have, you know, made the wires where they hung out a little bit more. Because if you go out there about this far with a piece of wire, it'll really go crazy anyway, you know, and to me, I don't think it would do any good, but, you know, basically, I'll stay out of water.
We didn't hear all that long.
Did you keep any of the like longer wires, or
Pardon?
did you tried it with the longer wires?
I didn't, I just kind of like, the way these were reacting, because at home, I got a rug. I don't really have a solid floor, so it was actually moving more than this, you know. So these were just really jumping around on me. And then these things churn like 2 different ways. So it'll squirt like a couple of different ways. I was trying to find something that would turn the paper too, but I didn't really have any look at it. I don't know. Maybe I just couldn't. Because I was going to the thrift store trying to find something that would make the paper turn in the back. But I don't know. Something like this just wasn't good enough for me. I had to grab it and put it in there. That's me. I wanted to fill the page up. The watercolor, you got to dip it in there a couple of times. Or actually, the glitter too. Some of the watercolor. Give like one mark, and then it'll hit the side. If you notice, some of these like hit the side sometimes. You know, this was oil. I had a little bit of oil. I was using what I had. And I used some glitter. I figured I'd throw a little bit of glitter in there. So when you look at it, it kind of glitters a little bit. For the picture. And at first, it's like I said, I didn't even have a box. I just, what did I do? I put it up on the chest, and then I started hooking it up. No, actually, I just set it up on the chair, and it just started squirting the chair all over the place. So, but I guess if I would have just let it go and just let it hit a couple of times, it'd still be interesting. But I don't know, I get to the point where I just want to fill the whole page up.
So when you were moving it, what you were doing was essentially trying to fill as much blank space as possible?
I wanted to fill it, and I wanted to see if there could be a pattern that could make, you know, some kind of art form instead of just abstract. I guess, you know, I'm not really used to, you know, doing this type of stuff, really. You know, like you said on your work. You know, I'm more used to like figures or buildings or stuff like that, you know, or faces. And, you know, it's just,
I actually like that drawing that it is.
I guess if I would have, if you slow it, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to slow it down. So it could probably like get a whole round circle. And then when it slows down, it'll get lower, and it'll actually cover the whole thing.
And that's what the dimmer switch is doing?
That's what it was doing for a minute. But I burned one of them out, and then for some reason I decided to rewire it. and then it turned the fuse off, the power off, so, and my box is inside my apartment, I have to go all the way downstairs and turn it back on.